Namaste. Now we are going to see Janu Sirsasana. In this practice, there are many ways moving into the practice. We are going to see all those ways into the practice one by one. First, you have to come to the base posture for this. You have to stretch both the legs out. After stretching both the legs out like this, keeping the back straight, and slowly bending the right leg and keeping it on the floor. One way is moving like this, taking the hands up when you inhale, as you exhale down, going down and holding the toes like this. And then inhale, come up. And then dropping the hands down. This is one way moving into the practice. We cannot say everyone can touch the toe. Some of you cannot touch the toe without bending the knee. So you can go up to here or here, it's okay, no problem. But after going down like this, you must drop your head down. So keep your both hands on the thighs and slowly move forward with your and sliding forward and reach as much as possible. Then slowly drop your head down. After keeping your head down, stay there for some time. If you are not able to touch the heel, then bring here and stay here. You must stay in the final position comfortably. That is more important. And then slowly again sliding back and come to the same position. See, benefit is same. Those who are touching the toe and keeping the elbows on the floor, head on the knee, and those who are keeping the hand only this much, not able to move forward. So both of them will have the same benefit. So there is no difference in benefit. Another way of moving forward is keeping both the palms down and slowly walking with the hands. So when you do that, you have to bend from the lower back or from the lower abdomen like this. And then after reaching the final point, dropping the head down and staying there. And then the same way coming back. And another way of moving into the practice, I can say this is the best way. So take a deep inhalation and raise your both hands up. As you exhale, touch the toe like this or hold the toe like this. And keeping your back straight. And chin slightly tucked out. Make your back straight like this. Means the slanting, but you have to bend from the lower back. And then first keep your abdomen on the lower abdomen on the thigh, and then try to bring both the elbows on the floor by bending forward, and then after reaching the maximum point, it means keeping the elbow on the floor. After that, slowly bring your head down. During stay, we can inhale, exhale normally. We no need to hold the breath. So comfortably inhale, exhale normally. And then when you get up, the same way inhale, up. Again coming back into the base position like this. And then inhale up and dropping the hands down. Though this will help you to keep your back straight when you go down. The same way you have to do with your another leg. So only one way I am going to show. So you must keep your back straight, then only you will be able to reach, or otherwise you will not be able to reach properly. You should not go like this. So when you do the practice, you should not go like this from your upper back. You have to go from the lower back or from the lower abdomen. Don't go like this. This is wrong. You should not go. You should not approach the practice like this. The benefits of Janu Sirsasana. It will give you great flexibility in your hip region, and it massages and tones the entire abdominal organs like digestive system, liver, pancreas, spleen, urogenital system, kidneys, and adrenal glands. From here to here, from diaphragm to the lower abdomen, all the organs are toned and massaged by doing this practice. And contraindications are also there. Those who are suffering from slip disc, sciatica, hernia, please avoid this practice.